George Rose, an emphatic, clinical performance from Tim Tszyu tonight. What did you make of that?
Tim Tszyu back. I said the headline that we're going to have after this fight is Tim Tszyu back, and that's what we had today. I think the moments that we got to see, not only the experience leading up to tonight, moments in the fight. It was the pressure, Timmy. It was the spring in the step, Timmy. It was a patient Timmy, and the moment that he broke Joey, he pounced on it, and that's what we love to see, and that's how you finish a show.
What did you make of those first two rounds? Tim was a bit cautious. He was taking his time. How were you feeling in those first two rounds?
I think, like the rest of Australia, nervous. Definitely, I actually ended up being a lot more nervous than I had been leading up to it. You know, when the moment's there, it was a bit nerve-wracking, but again, it was the Tim Tszyu that we've seen of old, the Tim who breaks someone down, who reads his opponent, finds the weaknesses and just slowly breaks him down, and when the moment comes, he pounces, and we got to see that today.
There had to be some pressure on Tim this week. I mean, I asked him multiple times over the last few weeks. He said he doesn't feel it. Do you feel the pressure? Did you feel the pressure today? How do you think Tim felt about the pressure?
Well, I mean, given the week's festivities, a lot of the focus for us was in making sure that everything ran smooth and ran well, and you keep yourself busy. You don't think about those pressure moments. You're focused on, what's actually coming for that moment, and everybody keeps asking, what would we have done if Tim Tszyu lost? But I guess we'll never know.
Where does Tim go from here? Obviously, there's lots of talk about guys like Thurman. Tim mentioned the Fundora rematch interests him. Where do you see Tim Tszyu going from here?
Well, this is the thing. Like leading up to this fight, we talked about, do you take an easy bounce-back fight? No, Tim wanted a hard one. Taking Joey Spencer in your bounce-back fight, that puts you back at the realm of where you want to be. And so for now, he's got the options. He's got Thurman. He's got Fundora. You've got all these other great options across 154 now because Tim Tszyu is back and he's ready to take over 154 again.
What needs to happen to make that Thurman fight if it was to be Thurman next? What do you need to do?
I think check on the health of both fighters, check on the availability. We've got the date locked in. We've got July locked in as a potential date for Tim Tszyu. And so if everything falls into place, we'll just make it happen.
And obviously, you've got to give something for people to buy into. That Fundora rematch, that would be massive, whether it's here or whether it's in the States.
Yeah, of course, and I think the Fundora rematch probably would have happened a lot sooner, but given what's happened in the last 12 months, that just changed the direction of, or the process to get to that fight. That fight will still happen, and it's just now a case of whether it's that next fight or whether it's later in the year.
So what happens next? We've got a show next month. Sam Goodman's making his comeback as well.
Did we announce that one?
Yeah, it got announced this morning on Main Event against a Mexican guy.
I just had to double check. You're always trying to get the exclusive.
I know, yeah.
So I've got to be careful.
No, it's been announced.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for that. Yeah, so excited to have our next show announced. It's a good year. 2020. I keep saying 2025 is going to be a great year. We've got a show every month. And so that one's our next one. Great to get Sammy Goodman back in the ring after the rough trot that he's had. So he's keen to get back in. I'm excited to get Sammy back in the ring and keep that ball rolling for him.
What about guys like Liam Paro? When can we expect to see him back?
Paro will be coming very soon. Paro obviously a really exciting signing for us. We want to make sure that he gets the right camp, the right date for him, and the right opponent as well. He's coming off a loss of his world title. He's looking to bounce back in strong fashion. But what we saw today, there was some great bounce backs, and Tim Tszyu was one of those bounce backs. We'll see the same of Liam Paro very, very soon.
And today's performance from Tim Tszyu, what does that do to the doubters? There was so many critics, so many people saying Tim Tszyu's career might be over. What does his performance do to those critics?
Yeah, look, I think for those people, I hope they enjoyed their moment. They had their little moment to have their talk, have their say. Now you can't. He's back in the winner's circle and he's just going to keep winning. So now you've got to bite your time and wait again for, maybe 20 years' time when he gets his next loss, I don't even know who that'll be against. Maybe it'll be Jake Paul when they're both 60.
Well done, George. See you soon.
Thank you.